it's...
He has arrived. And today's little phrase is, I'm hurt, Sir Burton cried. I'm hurt, but I'm not slain. I'll lay me down and bleed a while, and then I'll fight again!
Ah,
Isn't that a gripping Tommy? Never give up.
It was a battle cry.
Yes, yeah, never give up.
Yeah.
I thought of it on the way down. I thought, I'll stir the vibes of Wendy and give her something really gripping, really defiant to the death.
You know how we were talking about Bailey F before?
Yes.
Oh, I'm just reading on the internet, Bailey F's been closed. No. I said, it's not getting closed. It's just getting cut down to one lane.
Yes.
I said, it won't affect me because I said it starts before. It starts after Sherborne Street.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
So if you go out, just be careful if you come down Sherborne Street, there'll be one lane through there.
Yes, yes.
I says, I've got to go, I'm cooking lunch. Oh, all right.
Huh.
Rattles on.
Yes. Raves on internally, incessantly.
Yeah, I didn't give him much of a chance though, eh?
Oh.
Cooking lunch, I've got to go and get ready for work. Okay.
Amazing how the cooking comes to your rescue.
I'm getting ready for work.
Yes, that's right. Nothing to do with the conversation.
No.
The quality.
No. I mean, if he rung and had something of interest to talk about.
Then you might dilly-dally a little longer.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You catch up with the snips?
I did, but didn't have too much to say. I was off early to the farm because there's 3 games on tonight. One, the Crusaders are starting against the Brumbies at 4:30, and Neil wants to be home for all 3 games.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so that's
Oh
6.
yeah, that's on tonight. Yeah, I forgot about that.
What,
Yeah,
what's
they were
that?
talking about the games, football.
Oh,
So could make us quiet.
yes.
Yeah, I had that window. It's quite warm sitting through the glass, even with the window open.
Oh, yes, yes.
But if I open that door, there's just a bit of a nip in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
air.
yeah, that's
You know,
right.
sort of change jumpers.
Yes, yes. Going down something less hot. Changed my tank top and my jumper for the occasion, for the bright sunny day.
Yes. Man,
Might as well make the most of it.
and green.
Yes.
And blue.
Blue, yes.
It should have been red, white and blue.
Oh, yes, that's more like it.
And green and
The
white.
colours that people associate with greatness.
Great Australia.
Greatness.
I'm in America. I'm in Britain. It has to be one of them.
That's right.
Yeah, red, white, blue's America. Yeah. What colours are it? Fuck. Red, white. Fuck, which colours? It's red and white is the British flag, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Isn't it on a
It's
white
a-
background or a blue background or something? Geez, I can't remember that.
We got the Union Jack,
Mm.
so that's partly like the New Zealand flag.
Yeah, we've just got
That's right, yeah.
The only difference between the Aussie and ours is one star.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I think we've got 4 and they've got 1 in the middle. Yeah.
We need looking at
Oh,
it
wring it
carefully.
out.
Yeah.
Get the last strip.
Oh yes, got to do that. Then I should get up and get you another cup while we're thinking about it.
Thinking.
But thinking about it is not doing it. That's the trouble. Thinking is all very well, but not an answer to all the problems.
What problems? I don't have a problem drinking it.
Ah.
Yeah, at least our wind's dropped anyway, eh?
Oh yes, quite
Turned out quite mild, quite
quite
warm.
good. A nice autumn day. Leaves are fluttering off the trees. An autumn day.
Oh, David gives me the shits when he goes on about how the shortest day is this day and the winter should be this.
The longest day, the shortest day, and the...
I think it's a flying fucking shit. I think it depends on the well, New Zealand's always first to get everything. I don't think it's got anything to do with the fucking weather. It's like Easter, it's
Yes.
Easter's not based on weather, it's based on fucking time and dates.
I think it might be Mother's Day tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it is. Little buy me anything?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm a proud mother of a teddy bear. and
That's
a
right.
big
You've got,
round
that's right.
red
You've got a family of
fluffy toys.
yeah.
Yeah, I was quite surprised how warm it was when I was sitting over there before. With that sun coming through.
Yes, I think it's supposed to be going for 18 degrees today.
18.
18 as opposed to 13 for the day before.
Yeah, that's why people
Yeah.
get bloody sniffles.
That's right.
You go from freezing to
Yes.
bloody hot,
Yes.
back to frickin' freezing. And then another couple of days we'll probably get rain. Oh, now we'll get some heavy frost. Now we'll get some snow. Oh, we might as well just throw the fucking book at you. Meanwhile, we'll shake the shit out of the ground
Yeah.
just to fucking really piss you off. Yeah, there's a couple of new buildings getting built down Columbus Street when I went down there last.
Oh,
Oh, shit. I didn't know this.
yes, good car.
Yeah, this side of the bridge though. They had the artist's impression of it. Then they had an artist's impression of the was the art centre or the convention centre.
Oh,
But they've given it an old look.
have they?
Sort
Yes.
of, with the arch windows,
Oh,
the
yes.
arch windows,
Oh,
balconies,
yes.
and a fosse and all that, forgage or whatever they call it. The front
yes, yes, the facades.
facade, that's the one. Yeah, I have to admit I just like the look of
Oh,
it.
good.
And most comments on it were good.
Yes.
They liked it.
Good reception.
And it's sort of given it modern but old
Oh yes.
features.
Oh yes.
Sort of kept with a bit of the oldish thing. But I can't remember if it's the art centre. I don't think, no, it's not the convention centre. The convention centre's the one what's supposed
Yes,
to take
that's
up.
right. It's more or less in a square, the convention
Yeah.
centre. And it's a whole different meetings in.
Mm. Yeah, it'd be nice to see some buildings going.
Yes. Get them finished.
Well, just to put some life back in the
Yes.
fucking
That's
city.
right.
But housing's the biggest fucking issue. You know, who was telling me, I think somebody said you say they were building a new estate up and behind the Rangiora racecourse.
Oh.
But I don't know where the racecourse is.
No, I don't know. Neil refers to the cricket grounds sometimes in Rangiora, and I don't know where they are.
I think that's one we go past, you know, when we go.
Yeah, no, it's the rugby grounds.
Oh, that's
No, it could substitute as cricket for the summer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's,
thought I've seen cricket there.
yeah,
I
yeah.
could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure now.
I know I've seen rugby, football, whatever you
Yes.
want to call it, played there. Well, we've seen it when we've gone
We
to
have,
Davies.
that's right, seen the different teams in it.
And then just a bit further up, they've got
Yes.
that thing where they, the
Horses
race course must be around that area
Where
somewhere.
the horses exercise.
Yeah, so the race course could be somewhere around there. I'm not sure where that is. But that's at a state, I
Yes.
showed you the other state today,
Oh,
but
yes,
they
that's right.
did that before the earthquakes.
Ah, yes.
That was all up for grabs, but there was stuff all up all on it. And it's really boomed since the quakes. Even just on those couple of
Yes.
streets, we've
Oh,
seen
yes,
those
that's
houses,
right.
about 4
Yeah.
and 5 at least. So Rangiora is really
Yes.
booming.
Oh, it is.
They've just had to do something with the road,
Kaboom down.
make it, like they put those lights in, which is good,
Yes.
but they need to make it a double lane,
Yes.
especially if the traffic's all put a rail through.
Got the train through.
They've
Well,
got
the rails are there, just
Yeah.
a question of bringing down some locomotives and a few things like that.
Mm,
Build a station.
yeah. I haven't seen those yellow buses around, have you?
Not in this area. Yeah. No, I see them on the news bulletins a lot. Seem to be the Wellington.
What, the one for
buses.
Christchurch?
Yeah, but the yellow buses seem to be more in other areas. Whereas ours seem to be basically
Yeah, but
red,
my two, I haven't been.
red and blue. And
Because you don't know. No,
No.
you know those electric ones?
yes, oh yes,
Yeah, those ones.
oh yes, oh yeah, the orbiter.
Or whatever
That's
they call
that's the
it.
yellow one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that for a while because it's not. Must be might have changed its route with the
Quite
road
different.
works and quite.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen them for ages. Like if they built
Yeah.
we'll just hypothetically say they built a station, even if it was down back on Moorhouse where the
Yes,
original
that's
one
right.
was.
Yeah.
And they use those yellow buses to shut a pitch, you know, to take people to
Oh yes. Yes.
different areas.
Oh,
Because they're electric and they don't really,
that's right.
I think they might have, say, a party train fare from, say, Rangiora to
Yeah.
Kaipoi or Woodstein or Wooding rather. Woodstein, what am I saying? Wooding,
Yeah.
blah blah. You could get a shuttle from near to the bus exchange
Yes.
or to Ripon Mall or to wherever. Airport.
Yeah, that's right. All
different places.
different venues.
Because they used to be the one we used to go to the casino, art centre, blah, blah,
Yes.
blah, and then drive around town. Because the city, there's nothing left of the fucking
That's
city.
true.
I know they've got the orbital bus, one which
Yes.
takes you,
That's
takes you to certain places. Metro buses, it's just a company.
That's right. That's right. So, the other phone.
Red bus. I think there was another bus company started a couple of years ago. I'm not sure if it started just before the Quakes or just after. I think it was before the Quakes, because Red Bus lost the contract.
Yes.
But I always thought the Red Bus was owned by the council.
Yes, not sure on that. Who the people are who own it,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
or run it.
That's why when they said they
Yes.
lost the contract, I thought, wow, I didn't know they had a contract.
Yeah. No. That's right.
Something to learn every day.
It is.
So you're going to challenge the shops.
Well, think about it.
Time drags when you have fun, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, now what do we talk about? Price of fish? No? The non-price of fish? No? What do you want to talk about? Oh, I don't know. I heard us talking, you straight say.
Really.
Bloody mate's back again.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Wind is hearing voices, wind is hearing voices in her head, and they cortege.
Tiddly
Yes.
upstairs.
Good
He's
voices
a worry.
like that.
He's got me worried, that guy.
That's right.
Funny how people sit there and talk to their pets, you know.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You talk to pets where they don't talk to people.
Yeah, and it made me laugh if they talk back to them. No, they shit themselves. Oh, fuck, you were supposed to talk. Oh, I bloody well can, and I'm sick and tired of your crap. Here, boy, come on, Tony, come on, Tony. What do you want to eat, Tony? Oh, I had a boring day at work, Tony. This is all I get every night. You come home, talk about something interesting. Ask me what the dog's life's like. Ruff, ruff, ruff.
No.
Crazy if we could talk to a dog and that. We can't imitate their voices. We can do close, but,
Yes.
well, not their voices, but their... But you'd think with all the different types of dogs you get, you'd think their bark would be like with the languages, like you've got Chinese, Japanese,
Yes.
English, American, New Zealand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd think if that dog was born and bred in China or something like that, its bark would be in
Yes.
Chinese, but a dog in New Zealand would probably understand it to
Yes.
a point. Yeah. Crazy, I tell you. So we're going to have our lesson on English. You pronounce the
Oh
word
yeah.
duvet. Do what? Do what? You're bored.
I get bored, yes. I get bored, but so do you all. Neil gets terribly bored. He's got such an active mind. I always think if you've got a very active mind, you should never get bored, but it doesn't seem to work that way. The more active your mind is, the more bored you get, because there's nothing that's keeping you occupied.
Yeah, but why don't he sit and read a book?
Yeah.
Oh well, he sits here and reads the paper, but with him that would be 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's right. I just sit.
Do a jigsaw or...
Yeah, yeah. He does the crosswords and what have you, and always gets them right. He does them in seconds, you know.
You can buy some books, they're usually about the
Oh,
same
yes, yes.
different word games.
Yes, yes.
Some of them are quite hard.
Oh, that's
People like you and I.
probably what he should have. It's
Yeah.
something hard.
You'd probably get bored with it.
Oh yes.
But mind you, he doesn't have a phone, he doesn't have the internet.
Yeah.
So the only thing he really has is you, his
Yeah,
pubs and his clubs
that's right.
and
That's
his old man,
mates. For a fat lot of doubt.
which would be as bad as
Always.
exciting as
To
floating.
qualify to be a mate of Neil's, you got to be a good pisshead, which I think is a bad thing. Talk English rugby, and that's some
Rugby,
rubbish, but that's
racing,
the
and
same.
things it used
Yeah.
to be. I don't know.
And mine would be happy tonight. He's got 3 programs to follow, one after the other. That'll keep him occupied for a little while.
Hey, Joe Blount's coming up on the outside.
6 hours.
And he kicked it over the goal. Yeah, yeah, he got a try. Yeah, he didn't. Psst. Who gives a flying fuck? Shut up. Whoops, said the wrong thing. Oh yeah, you talk about this Campbell guy, it's a while back now, a good while back. There was a kid went to one of the games here in Christchurch, like Crusaders or
Yes.
something like that. They waved this big banner up, we love Crusaders, blah blah
Oh.
blah, on this game. Sort of like 15 years ago sort of thing. That's how long ago it was.
Oh,
Anyway, I think it was the first game of Crusaders or whatever, since we had the Quakes, it's
Yes.
just that all the
Oh.
games and everything was squashed here. They were advertising games
oh,
being in Christchurch and the game coming in. Part of the ad was showing
Yes.
this young kid
oh,
waving this banner.
yes.
Anyway, Campbell jumped on the bandwagon and said if he could track this kid down.
Yes.
Anyway, they did, and he's an adult, you know, he's
Yes.
sort of like 30s, 40s, 20s, mid-20s, 30s, or whatever. And he said, oh shit, I can remember that, you know. And he's still living in Christchurch,
Yes.
living in Christchurch. And
Might be winning another cover.
he says,
Oh.
do you still follow the games? Yeah.
Oh yes, they follow on for life. Once you start, you never stop. It's a bug. Oh yes.
I could think of better things to do. Like get bored.
Oh. Here's your cup ready.
No, it's white and it's sitting on the table.
It's waiting, is it?
I said
Wait.
it's white. Well, it's not white now. Was.
Was.
Once upon a time in the merry, merry lands, my cup used to be white. Oh no! Shit, they're making enough noise next door.
Are they? Got thumps and bumps.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we had a, it's all about thumps and bumps. We had a sounded like Neil came to the conclusion that people in track 2 had broken a window,
Oh, yeah.
and that the Glazier man had come to repair it.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the sort of tapping was when you get the old putty out of the window frame around the glass, you know.
Oh, it was at the front door, back door or something?
Well, we don't know. Neil was going to look into it. But anyhow, the chap came and went after he'd done his window or whatever it was, and
Oh,
Neil was going to check it out before he left to go to the farm.
but he never got there.
Well, I don't know. I never saw him.
Oh.
But he was very intrigued by the whole thing. There should be a broken window perhaps down in flat 2, and the people have only just been in there a matter of weeks. You know.
Oh, anything could have fallen.
Yeah, yeah.
Still, you don't know.
The last time we had a broken door window was the newspaper boys
Yeah.
through the window, so it can be quite an innocent
Oh, yeah,
explanation.
that's what
you
it
know.
would be.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's like sometimes when I've had the upstairs open,
Yes.
and I've had this door
Oh,
before I
yes.
put the catch on, you've been here
Oh.
and that fucking door
Yes,
slammed.
slams, yeah. And just about break all the windows.
Mm. I could have been lucky on that sense.
Yeah. That's fine. It could happen. Our doors stand there, well, you know, from Purchase Street.
Yeah.
Get the front and the back open.
Yeah, well, that's what happens.
And
Sometimes
away they
even
go,
when
that's
I've got-
right. Yeah.
Even just a window open,
Yes,
there's
yes.
a going on.
Oh,
But
yes.
it's more if I've got the fucking door open
Oh, yes.
upstairs.
Yeah.
I've actually got it open
Oh.
because with the sun and
Yes.
trying to get some fucking fresh air. I leave that door upstairs open as much as I can.
Oh, yes. That's right. A little bit of
Fresh air.
yeah.
Except like last night when it was
Yes.
cold.
Oh,
and
yes.
close it. Freeze on, cold,
Yes. Cold, cold.
coldy,
We're
cold.
into cold nights now. It's
Oh yeah, once the
can-
sun goes
that's
down,
right.
you notice it. But if you get a clear, say like if it's clear out there, if it was
Yes.
clear tonight like
yeah,
that,
yes.
possibly you could get a good frost.
Oh, yes. It's on cards. Don't know if there was one this morning or not. It's, there have been some slight frosts over the last 10 days. Not every day, just here and there. That get a 1 degree, 1.5 degree frost.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the time I've
Yeah.
done it, I've just had a heavy chill in the
Oh,
car.
yeah, that's what you
Sometimes
see.
when I
It's
finish work
big
at
chill.
11 o'clock, I
Yeah.
look fucking nice.
Oh,
All I do is just
Yes.
an empty milk bottle and half full of warm water.
oh yeah.
I fill it with half full
Yes.
of hot and half
Yes,
cold.
yes. That's right, so don't break the
Or
window,
I
yeah.
just turn the tap on,
That's
so
it.
but
Yeah,
it's more cold than warm. And sometimes I'll take 2 bottles out because I'll do all the windows.
Oh,
And
yes.
sometimes I've taken 2 out and haven't needed them.
oh,
And sometimes I've taken 1 out and I could have done with fucking 2.
yeah, that's right. Just a bit hard to assess.
You start the car up a little idle.
Oh, yes.
Make sure you don't stand to one side of the windscreen. You pour it on because
Yeah.
when the wiper blades
Yeah.
come back up,
Give you a shower.
yeah,
That's right.
so you stand in front of the car and go,
Yes, that's right.
shush.
French.
Yeah, I've drowned myself a couple of times. Doesn't matter which side you're on because
Yes.
when the wipers go up
Yeah,
or when they
yeah,
come back
catch it
down
either
again,
way,
yeah, whichever way.
yeah.
And if it's that fucking cold bloody water on it starts freezing up again. You side windows.
That's it. That's right.
I haven't had it where, I've never had it where the door handles and that are frozen.
No,
some
I
people
know it happens. Sometimes the people,
break their
even
fucking
you lock them, freeze your door lock. And then it's quite a hard one to solve, that one, because you can pour water over the door, but the lock is sort of in at an angle, and the water just runs basically over the door metal rather than the lock, you know. And you can't squirt it into the hole because it's too small. So it can be a problem there.
No, I haven't.
No.
But my job I've been using, I've got secret locking. You know, remote. But that doesn't say it
I
won't
guess.
happen.
Yeah,
With that one door might open,
that's right.
where the other doors won't.
Yeah.
You know, so you might be still lucky.
Yeah.
But I hate it when I get in the car and the windows are all steamed up on both sides,
Yes,
you know,
yeah.
on the outside.
Oh, yes.
And your mirrors, and you can't fucking see anything. Good thing about the electrical windows, you can wind them down and you can
Yes,
see, but when
that's
you
right.
put it back up, you can't see the
Yeah.
fucking mirror. And so a couple of times that Chico I've had in it,
Oh, yes.
before I drive off, I just start the car and lean over and
Yeah,
give
that's
it
right.
a
Yeah,
bit
very,
of a
very
wind.
right.
Some modern cars used to get heated mirrors. You know how you got
Yes,
the demist
that's
on the
right,
back
yeah.
window? They had two of them through that
Oh, yes.
mirror, but I haven't
Oh.
seen that around for
No, I
ages.
haven't seen it in life, in real life, but that was in the
Yeah, usually,
yes.
you know, your real Lamborghinis and your
Yes,
bloody
oh, yes.
real hot and old fucking cars. You ever notice when you, like if you've ever watched it at any point, you know those real high performance V8 cars they race?
Yes.
You know how they've only got the one window wiper blade in the
Oh,
middle
yes.
and it stands up? Well, the idea is not to have the two
Yes.
so flap and fly, especially at the speed they're doing.
Yes.
But inside the car they've got
Yes.
nothing, they've got
Oh.
no.
No.
When you see it from the outside it looks like a normal everyday
Yeah,
car
yes,
you drive
yeah.
down the road, but they've got nothing on the inside, they've got the driver's seat,
Yeah, that's
passenger
right.
seat.
Keep,
Fucking
keep the
fine.
weight down.
But what I'm getting at is talking about heated rear windows and shit. Instead of having your heater, they
Yes.
turn the heater on, cook yourself while you've
Yes.
got all this shit on.
That's
You've
right.
just got those two of those wires
Oh, yes.
through
Oh,
the windscreen.
oh yes.
So if
So-
they're driving in the rain
Yes.
with the wiper,
Oh,
and because the car gets that fucking hot,
yes.
you know, blah blah, the window mist up. Instead of
Oh.
having a heater on,
Yes.
you know, to demist,
Oh,
I just turn one of those on. It like works
Oh,
the same
yes.
principle as your
Yeah.
back window. Yeah, I didn't notice that. I
No.
spotted one day,
yes.
and somebody, so I think I'm
Pointed
out
it
here
out.
because our car fanatics out here. And I says, oh, you ever notice in those racing cars, those V8s, you know, like Bathurst and so forth, it looks like they've got those demister wires on the windscreen. I says, yeah, and that's basically what they told me.
Yes.
And the idea of the
Yes,
wiper
right.
blade sitting straight up
Yes.
is when it's driving at 240 k's an
Yes.
hour around the racetrack, it would be bouncing up and down.
Oh, yes.
So with it being straight,
Mm.
you know, it's
Yeah, yeah.
just the wind.
Oh,
And they're a heavy duty blade and
Oh.
arm, so when
Yeah.
they are working,
yes.
they won't get blown off. Because you can imagine
Yes.
doing 200 plus
Oh,
kilometres
yes.
an hour
That's right.
around a racetrack and the wind behind
Yes.
it. Yeah. So I said, oh, well, you learn something new every day. And they said, oh, this is for that and that's for this. And I thought, fuck, I only asked one question. I don't want to get a fucking answer this long.
That's right. You've got your myth busters
I
back
got
on.
the answers to the question.
I think this coming week.
Mm.
Sometimes I don't watch it, but I quite enjoy the idea of the programs. You know, the
What's that?
Mythbusters.
Oh, yeah. fuck,
Yeah.
they do some
Yes,
stuff, don't they?
they do.
I haven't seen that for ages.
Well, it's coming back.
Yeah.
Another episode, some episode series.
Blow up things and yeah, it's on Prime. I saw it advertised a couple of weeks back. Can't remember
That's
what
right.
day it was on.
Yeah, I saw it advertised. I'll say Saturday, but it could be wrong.
Mm.
Yeah.
There was a movie, I can't remember what it was called, and ouch. And they tied a rope or a chain around the diff on the cop
Yes.
car and they
Oh.
took off and it ripped the diff out.
Oh,
Anyway, Mythbusters showed you that clip.
yes.
And then there's this, you know, the mystery behind it,
Yes.
that it shouldn't rip your diff out.
Oh,
So they just got the A cop car, wire car equivalent
Yes.
to the one they used, wrapped the chain around it, took off, and it was going from a stationary position to boom, you know, take off. Anyway, they almost ripped the fucking post out of the ground.
Oh.
They broke the fucking rope,
no.
a few other bits and pieces,
But they just stayed put.
and they couldn't get it to come off.
No.
Not like it did in the movie.
Oh,
So they checked it up, they removed the springs, they left the shockies there because what did they removed
Yeah.
the shockies with the
Oh.
springs, one of the two, and did a
yes.
few other bits and pieces.
Oh, yes.
Tried it again, still didn't rip the
No.
fucking diff out.
So it was a
So
myth.
they replaced all
Yes.
these bolts with what they call nylon bolts,
Yes. Oh,
which is sort of like
Yes.
plastic. Yeah. We tried it and still didn't fucking work. And I thought, oh fuck, how did they do it? And they had them baffled how they fucking did it. So then they decided just to tie it in with string,
oh,
drill holes
yes.
through the
Oh,
chassis,
yeah.
and just tied it in with a string,
Oh, yes.
a light grade string, enough to hold it in place for that
Yeah.
short distance. And they took off and boom, the diff come out.
Oh,
So they, obviously it was,
yes.
they removed everything to stop it from
Yes.
coming out. And even like the drive shaft
Yes.
bolts, because drive shafts
Yes.
bolted to the
Oh, yes.
diff. Anyway, they took those out and they just put little pins in it with
Oh,
nothing
yes.
to
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
to lock it together.
Oh, positions.
Yeah. Just to do that short
Yes.
trick. And I said the only way it could come out is if it was tied in with a light grade
Oh,
string or wire or something. Can't remember if it was string or wire.
yeah.
For it to come out, to rip it out. Oh, that's right. They had a front wheel drive car like mine. It was a movie and showed this car get chopped in half. They don't show you the whole movie, they
No.
just show you a clip. Anyway, it was something like, we'll just say a Bond movie.
Yes.
It shows Bond driving
Yes.
his front
Oh.
wheel drive car just with the passenger and him in it. Anyway, I got a front wheel drive car and more or less cut it in half, you know, from behind the doors.
Yes.
And drove it just with it leaning on the ground,
Oh,
driving it. They had no control over
no.
it. Yeah, they do some bloody stuff and blow things up. Oh, the best one was when they did a one, you know, when Hitler was in his bunker and they blew it up.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Tried killing him. But it was a big oak disc. And I weren't going to use an oak disc because it was a fucking fortune. So I used timbers much the same
Yes,
as an
yes,
oak wood.
that's right.
Weighed the same. They used
Yes,
to shed
Yeah, the Nazi officer put the briefcase on the wrong side of the supports of the table,
Yeah.
and it still killed some people and brought half the building down, but it didn't have the impact it was supposed to have if he had put it the other way around.
Yeah.
And he'd have got
Yeah.
Hitler. And Hitler,
the
as a
table,
result of the
the table took most of the blast.
yes,
Yeah.
as a result of the failure, Hitler had some of his generals executed for treason, because he blamed them for that they were in on the plot. You know, that's all plotters.
Oh, that's a brutal prick.
Oh yes. And he used to hang people on fish hooks, you know, big hooks, upside down, and then leave them there for a day or two, and then they'd hang them slowly and revive them, and hang them again and revive them. So it was really very brutal, and giving them hidings, you know, beatings all over with rod pliers and things.
Oh, yeah.
So they really suffered. The ones that Hitler got his knife into, he really made them pay.
Oh.
But they never succeeded in bumping him off, so
No.
he killed himself. So the story
There's so
goes.
many attempts on him.
Yeah, so the story goes that he and his wife Evelyn Boone
Oh, I thought
committed
it was
suicide.
this is Mrs. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, she was. They got married at the time of the killing.
Oh, they did get
Yeah,
married.
yeah, make it they were husband and wife
Oh,
for after the event.
oh, right. I couldn't,
No.
yeah, wasn't sure if he got married or not. Yeah, they had so many attempts on him.
Oh yes.
He had so many lookalikes. You know, he'd get
That's
people
right.
that look
Yeah,
like
yes,
him.
that's right. Yes, this is what he did here.
And they'd go
Yeah.
to these events and
Yes,
everybody
yeah.
thought it was Hitler.
Yeah,
And they'd get popped off.
yeah.
Oh,
The other thing was they
no,
were,
you haven't.
where Hitler was where a lot of the action was going to take place after he left the place, as he was planning it, plotting to do something in that area. So it was very important to know where Hitler was, you know, and because of his lookalikes, they got it wrong sometimes. It was,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you can't turn back time or change history, but
no.
it'd be interesting to know what would have happened if they did succeed.
Oh, he actually, he could have succeeded. You know, if he hadn't have had so
No.
much trouble with his generals and things, he might well have, if he hadn't been such a maniac himself.
No, I mean assassinate on.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know, if
Oh,
you turn
yes.
back history and
Oh,
kill them
yes.
at the early
Yeah,
stages.
early attempts, yeah.
But the thing was, people fucking believed him.
That's right.
But they're not allowed to have it. They can have a defence force, but they're not allowed an army.
Yes. I'm away.
Okay then.
I'm away, but I'm going to put a jacket on. I haven't got one. Oh, please. See you later.
Okay, you're losing your plot here.
I am. Very
Okay, have a nice night. See you tomorrow.